It's now 6:28. 23 ABC first brought you the news yesterday morning. An historic election in Greece that has named the new Democracy Party as the leading political notion in that nation.
This led to global buzz that Greece might ditch the euro as their currency.
But really, why does that matter? Here's 23 ABC's personal finance expert Andy Barkett to explain how this could impact you. Andy, good morning.
Good morning, you two.
All right, the euro.
The euro.
The euro. Greece said,
Maybe, maybe not.
Well, they're still in the euro right now. The election happened. This story just keeps on giving, doesn't it, from an economic point of view? The elections went the way that a lot of folks wanted to see them go.
Okay.
You know, the folks that wanted these bailouts to continue, that wanted these austerity programs to happen, they're still in power. But they're still a long way from being out of the woods. As you can tell by the reactions from the markets, it was very lackluster at best. People expected the markets to jump when this pressure was relieved. Didn't happen.
Okay.
They still have all their problems there. And we truly are in a global economy. So what's happening in Greece affects their economy. That spreads through Europe, and hence it spreads over here too.
So break it down for us just a little bit. Why should we care? I mean, we know we go overseas and we visit and things like that. That would change.
Right.
But why right here at home? How would that affect us directly?
Right. Why does this little tiny country about 5,000 miles away affect us here at home?
Right.
Good question. Well, let's kind of break it down from a global point of view. Let's use McDonald's as an example.
Okay.
We all know we all eat hamburgers, right?
Yes.
right?
McDonald's has about 40% of its sales overseas, in Europe. Now, their earnings just came out a few weeks ago, and their earnings were lower than expected, and the culprit was the demand slackened in Europe. People are eating less Big Macs in Europe, apparently. Now, demand is lineal. So what's happening there, if McDonald's is selling less hamburgers in Europe, that means their suppliers are going to be supplying less, so it just goes right down that demand chain, and then things tighten up. If suppliers are selling less product, they're going to tighten up, and that affects us overseas. So it goes right down that supply chain, so people's jobs may not happen as quickly. And if you think about it, demand, and from a consumer point of view, it's very psychological. If we think good times are ahead, we tend to act that way and spend more. If we think negative times or things are slowing down, we tend to pull in a little tighter to the vest.
Right.
And again, that just means we're spending a little bit less money, and that just goes right down that chain. And things actually do slow down, actually before we really expect them to do that.
We just have a little bit of time left, but you just mentioned at the beginning of this thing how all eyes are still there. They're not completely out of the woods yet.
No.
What do we need to look for as far as the next, is it 6 months? Is it 8 months?
Oh, I think it's wide open, Mike. Depending on who you listen to, they'll get different opinions. But they still have a very big problem. They can't pay their bills. They've been borrowing their way out of debt or borrowing their way into a balanced budget for years, like a lot of other people. And the problem is if they come out of the euro, they'll have to go back to their old currency, the drachma, which will probably be devalued. Who's going to want to lend them money?
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
all right, we'll keep watching.
It just keeps on giving. It's going to be more fun.
All right.